Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm not going to read through the full article, but I will go through it pretty thoroughly. There is a link in the description. It's in regards to quite a troubling case that you might well be aware of. A 14-year-old girl, her name Lyric Woods, and an 18-year-old man and an 18-year-old boy, I guess it depends on your definition, Devin Clark, were both reported missing, and then subsequently their bodies have been found. They were shot to death, shot more than 10 times. This happened in Orange County. They were discovered on Sunday, and it's an absolute tragedy. We're going to look through those details more thoroughly in a moment, but the good news at this point in time is that somebody has been apprehended, charged, a 17-year-old. So we don't know the details of that 17-year-old. Those details are being withheld, but they have been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder after both teenagers, Lyric Wood, 14 years of age, and Devin Clark, 18 years of age, after they were both found dead after having been shot multiple times. So we're going to have a look through part of the article. Lyric Woods was reported missing by her stepfather on Saturday morning after they found her empty bed at the home in F-Land. The back door of the property was also found unlocked, and the family of the 9th grader at Cedar Ridge High School immediately contacted police. Gentle giant Devin Clark, a talented football player for Eastern Alamance High School, was reported missing on Sunday after his family last saw him on Friday night. A sheriff has said, through the hard work of my investigators, along with the assistance of personnel from many other law enforcement agencies, we have identified a suspect in this case. We will now work with local, state, and federal authorities to apprehend and present the suspect to the court system. So again, they've apprehended and charged a 17-year-old male, but we don't know that boy's name or details. We don't know that boy's relationship with either of the 2 victims. I imagine this will come to light. This seems like, this is a terrible crime. There's going to be a thorough investigation. I would imagine that both of these teenagers, Lyric 14 years of age, Devin 18, seemingly popular and had a nice family life, popular at school and such. Outside of school, Devin's a footballer, apparently quite talented. There'll be people able to come forth to present their understanding of perhaps their relationship with the 17-year-old that's been charged with their murders. Perhaps there's details on social media accounts. So I would dare say that a lot of information will come out, and perhaps I'll do an updated video at some point. Authorities confirmed that the 2 teenagers' bodies were discovered with gunshot wounds. The bodies were discovered by 2 men riding 4-wheel ATVs on Sunday. The teenagers are understood to have known each other, with both of their families saying that they were both last spotted in a car with an unknown man. Witnesses claim to have heard at least 10 shots. So I'm going to read out a statement from one of the witnesses. I heard close to 10 shots going off like an automatic gun and paused for a little bit, and 5 more shots went off. The witness thought to themselves, who's shooting this late at night? But seemingly it was the 17-year-old, or perhaps it was the 17-year-old that has been charged with their murders. There's a $10,000 reward for anyone that's able to come forward with any further information, which of course we encourage. There's Lyric's family. Everyone's going to be devastated. Devin with his mother. The mother's name, Tifancy Concepion, if I pronounce that correctly. He's looking very stylish, very dapper. You know, at the cusp of his life. Here's Lyric. That's pretty much all we know at this point in time. So there is a GoFundMe. There's a link to the GoFundMe. If you feel that this is a cause worthy of donating to, if you're in a position to. Two young, innocent people, seemingly. A 14-year-old Lyric Woods. Her life taken away. 18-year-old talented footballer Devin Clark, his life taken away. Perhaps by a 17-year-old, which has been charged. So, of course, we hope that the investigation continues unimpeded. Of course, full condolences to both families concerned. They're going to be naturally devastated. The mother, and of course, Lyric's family. It looks like she's got a couple of sisters and a brother, perhaps. So they're all going to be absolutely devastated. Full condolences to everybody concerned. To the fellow students at the two schools. So I believe they went to different schools, if I understand correctly, but they do know each other. Lyric was a 9th grader at Cedar Ridge High School, and Devin, a football player for Eastern Alamance High School, both in Orange County, North Carolina. So what an absolute tragedy. Other than saying condolences, I don't think there's too much more to say. If I do see a further article about this subject, I might well make an update, depending on the details provided. But I just hope that the investigation goes ahead and that witnesses do come forward so a case can be made against the guilty party, which I would imagine at this point, I have a lot of faith in the authorities. I think they get a lot of things right. Sure, there's always room for mistakes. Sure, there's a presumption of innocence. But to me, I think if they've charged somebody with murder, which they have, I would think that they have very good cause to do so. So I hope that bears out. And, let's hope this 17-year-old, if they are the guilty party, that they're tried as an adult and they get their just desserts. They get what they deserve, which will be a very long period of time, life in prison, I would think, for taking away the 2 lives of 2 innocent teenagers. I'm going to wrap things up here at this point, guys. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.